So, Mr. Chairman, we should call the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. or 6:32 p.m.
Okay, so the meeting will be called to order for the July civil service.
And I will note who's present. I have Chairman Simpson, Mr. Subio, Mr. Trask, Ms. Jones, Ms. Marbury, myself, and Brandon and the chief. Is anyone else participating, Brandon?
Not that I see.
Okay, thank you. All right. I think the only business item we have for tonight is to approve the minutes that I circulated to you this week. Did everyone get them?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Everybody okay with the minutes? Make a motion for an approval?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Joe Subio, second by
I'll second it.
Karen Avery. Any other questions on the motion for the approval of the minutes? If none, there's no objections, we'll have an approval. Mr. Spears, minutes are approved.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Paulette's back.
All right, now we're to the new business and the state of the police department.
As far as new business, we had discussed before, we're going to, the council's going to be swearing in Andrew Murdoch on Monday, so he'll be starting with us. So that's a good thing. Other than that, things have significantly picked up, a lot busier, which is to say we're pretty much back to normal. We're very close to being back to normal, which actually is surprising considering that there's still not a lot of people on the road or back to work, but things have picked up a lot. And I think I mentioned before, which we're still seeing a lot of repeat offenders because they're constantly being let out on bail. Unfortunately, now it's gone from things like retail thefts where they're repeat offenders to domestic assaults where they have been let out on bail. And then they, in one recent case, went back and assaulted the girlfriend, and in this case she was hospitalized. She's still there. It's over a week now. She was intubated. We've had sexual assaults, mostly domestic related, but still sexual assaults where they've been let out and they've gone and reoffended. So we're seeing a lot of that. People are taking advantage of the fact that the judges aren't setting bail high, and the prisons would rather not have people in there because of the COVID. So that's very unfortunate. We're seeing a lot of that.
Hey, Chief, is this the township residents or outside residents coming into township residents' properties?
You know what? Some of the victims have been township residents, but the offenders, for the majority, have been outside the township, and a lot of these incidents have been happening in the hotels. The hotels see a lot of people from out of town coming in there, staying sometimes long-term and like the extended stay. And that's where a lot of these things are happening. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, but some of the hotels, one in particular, is set up for people that are witnesses out of the city. And the city actually puts them up in our hotel. And we get a lot of problems. In fact, one of them was one of the people that was put up there saw somebody that is part of the crime that she's testifying on at the hotel, which was not by mistake. So it draws a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Not good.
No. But that's pretty much what's going on. We had one person in the police department that was positive for COVID. He had gotten that from his girlfriend, who was a nurse, and she got it from her work. But he's doing well, and he's actually due back in another day. He's been doing well. Nobody else got it. So for 4 months, we've been very fortunate. Things have been going very well.
Good. That's very good.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once. I guess 2 questions. With the certifications and training and things like that, how's that going with what's going on? Are the guys getting certified, like range time and class time and all that stuff they have to do?
The only training we've been doing is training online. We pretty much put a moratorium on that up until about the last month. We started again, but we haven't been sending anybody to any classes. We might. What we've been doing is at firearms training. We started. that type of thing. And we've done it in such a way that we distance people so we don't take any chances. But training is opening up now, but we're still being very cautious because all the mandatory stuff is done, and we really don't want to take any chances with anybody until we know that.
No, that's what I meant. The mandatory training has to be done. Are they holding classes for that? So I guess they are. Okay.
They are, but we've been taking advantage pretty much of the online stuff. They give you options, and we've been trying to keep it online, which has worked out well.
Are the bikes getting out?
You know what? The motorcycles, not as much, but unfortunately, we still have. Maybe we're down to 4 people that are out, and I think 3 of the 4 are motor riders. So it hasn't been as much.
I haven't noticed. I just was curious.
Yeah, no, they haven't been. It's been sporadic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions for John?
Yeah, that's pretty much for anything that's different so far. If anybody's looking for what's new, obviously the traffic has been a concern lately. There's not as many people out, but that's starting to pick up too.
I have to tell you, Chief, I wish COVID was back. It was nice. I was on the road. Nobody else was.
Yeah.
Before everybody jumped in, I know Joe brought up that the Chief wants to talk about the new police cars. They redesigned the logo and lettering and stuff. So if you want to talk about that, John.
Yeah, we'd actually, it was quite a while ago. We just wanted to put it out to the membership to see, how they'd like the police department represented. So we had every squad come up with ideas, and for the most part, people liked our basic look. It's been traditional. A lot of other police departments have copied off of us, but through the years, we've had offshoots of that. So there was nothing solid. We had like 3 different schemes. So we decided on one, which was still a blue body with white doors. We changed the script to more modernize it. But the thing we were looking for the most, and we're the most proud of, is if they were going to represent themselves, how did they want to be represented to the community? And they came up with that acronym PRIDE, which stands for, at least on our part, and what we put out on the cars, was performance, respect, integrity, diversity, and excellence. And that's something that, we just got the car back recently, but this is something that we had decided on about 6 months ago. And then, of course, we had to wait for the new cars to come in. I didn't want to spend the money and retrofit all the original cars. So we're just doing as they come in and as they get painted. So we just put it up there today. And so far we've actually got quite a lot of responses. I think people, they like the new look, and they liked, what we put out there.
That looks good. It's also nice that, I see a lot of people responding and positive comments about your continuing face of the social media, letting people know what's going on and sending, posting your letters and things. And I see people responding. It's a good thing to keep the community involved and knowing what's going on and how the police department feels about, especially today's, times with what's happening. So I commend you for doing that.
No, that's good. It's been a shame that we haven't been able to meet in person like we were doing. So this is at least one way to try and keep in touch with people till we can get back to that, which I'm hoping won't be too long.
Tom, do we need to do anything with this top 4 that you sent?
No, we're done. We certified a list. And
Okay,
then it
that's
goes
part
to
of
the
it.
council trial. We don't actually hire anybody.
No,
We
I
just
know, but I
certify
mean,
the list. Yeah.
this is part of the certified. Okay.
We did
So
that
we're
last month. Last
Okay.
month we certified the 4. Only one of the 4 was a vet, so you knew they were going to hire.
Right. Okay.
Chief, I have some questions for you.
All right.
I know that there's recently been some media about the difficulty of medical facilities acquiring PPE for their personnel. And given the fact that we're halfway through the summer, and then we move into the fall and we move back into flu season, are you guys having any difficulty acquiring any of the things that you think that the officers are going to need for the second wave?
You know what? We actually have a good surplus, and we've never stopped putting in for all that stuff and having to come in. It's coming in much slower. It's been more difficult to find, but luckily we never let up because we knew that was what was being put out there, that there would be a second wave, and we figured that it'd be better to stock up on it. I think we're going to be changing the way we do business anyway, even in flu seasons in the future or other strains of COVID. So it's a good idea to have the extra gloves and masks and respirators and so forth. So we're actually doing well with that, but we've got a lot of orders that haven't been filled yet, but they're out there and they're already prepared to be paid for.
My next question is, I know that you suspended your town halls because of COVID. Is there any thought about moving those to like a Zoom type format where you could still hold your town hall, only do it virtually?
We were thinking about that. We're still going back and forth. I don't know. I mean, it's still a nice thing to do. I don't know if it'll be as effective because it's difficult, even like holding these meetings that we have, hearing each other, getting a chance to do a back and forth, especially if there's a lot of people doing it. Because I have had to participate in some meetings where there've been about 15 or 20 people, and it's tough. You keep getting cut out. But we have been thinking about it because there's a lot of important things going on, and it's difficult not to address any of this or to keep holding off on it. So we have been talking about not just those meetings, but a lot of different types of things, whether they're for kids or for some of the issues that are going on now. And we're trying to develop that kind of thing. So hopefully, if it's going to be doable, I'm hoping by the end of the month, we would at least know what we can do in advertising it.
Thank you.
Joe, you have anything?
No,
Ron? Paulette?
No,
Everybody's good?
everybody's good.
Okay. Hey,
Well, I'm good.
anything else, Chief?
No, that's pretty much everything that's going on right now. Like I said, we're getting back to normal as far as how busy we are. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
The word normal is good.
yeah.
I missed the comment. Are they doing the meeting virtual Monday, or are they doing a in public meeting?
Actually, it's going to be virtual, so we have everything
Okay.
prepared to swear in the new officer virtually.
Okay.
That'd be interesting.
So
Yeah.
you want to see what he actually looks like, of course, be wearing a mask. You can tune into that.
No, he's a good young man. I know him. So,
Good.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they're actually, I didn't hear what was said earlier, if they were doing a virtual meeting or in public meeting. I was just curious.
Yeah, they started with opening up the township, and then when we had a positive case, they decided to hold off on that. So all the meetings and the township, other than the police department, is still closed off to the public.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that. Okay. All right. Mr. Spears, anything?
No, sir. Nothing new.
There's nothing else, and if somebody wants to make a motion to adjourn?
make a motion to adjourn.
Joe, second?
Second.
Joe made the motion. I need a second.
You said, yeah, I thought you said second it, but okay. I make the motion to adjourn.
We have a second. Ron Trask, second. All right, everybody. Thank you very much.
All right.
Have a
Everybody be
good night.
safe,
Everyone have a
and we'll
good
see you
night and
soon.
stay safe. All right.
Hey, best
Take care.
everybody. Stay safe.
Okay.
Take care.